Let me ask you something. Why do you meditate if you do it? Is it because all of these new influencers told you to do it? Do you sit on YouTube hours a day and when one of your YouTubers mentions meditation, do you start to get all excited? Oh yes, they mentioned meditation. That means I should do it. Meditation is good for me because they told me. They told me to do it, so I'm doing it. Do you do it just because they told you to do it? Or do you do it because you know that's what you need? It's what's good for you. If you're doing it just because some influencer online told you to do it, then you're not actually doing it for the benefits. You're not doing it for the real purpose. You're just doing it to fit in. You're doing it to go with the majority, just to look cool. Meditation isn't about that. It isn't about fitting in with people. When in reality, not everybody does. If you do meditate for its true purpose, not because some person online told you to do it, then you are an outlier. You are different than the rest of the people. But if you do it just because someone told you to do it, then you're pretty much the same as thousands, hundreds of thousands of people. Oh yeah, someone told me to do something, so I'm gonna do it. Why would you do something that's not your decision? It's sure it's your decision in the end, but who told you to do it? Someone online said, yes, this is why meditation is good for you, why you should do it. And then you sit there, oh, yes, that's good, when you weren't really paying attention. And then you start to meditate. It wasn't really a conscious decision to meditate. The only reason you were meditating is because it was still on your mind from some video online. The real true benefits of meditation comes from your willpower, your choice to actually start doing it. Meditation doesn't really it isn't really advertised correctly. Typically speaking, it's advertised as an activity, an activity where you can just calm down and that's it. Just sit down, maybe look cool, maybe be an outlier, whatever. But meditation is like much more than that, mostly because of your mental health. It dramatically increases and like helps your mental health. I want you to do something. Find some flat surface, some flat spot around your house or wherever you are right now, private, very private, and just sit down. Set a timer for 3 minutes, 5 minutes. If you've never meditated before, then just try for at least 3 minutes. And meditation, that meditation session should help you be more mindful about why you're actually doing it. You shouldn't be there because I just told you to do it. You should be there because you want to do it. While you're meditating, your mind should basically be clear of all thoughts. It's a time to be focused on yourself, to attach yourself to the present moment. So that once you stop meditating, you'll be completely focused on whatever you have to do. You can do this before, after, and even during like deep work sessions. If you're if you wake up at 5:30 in the morning and you start working right away, an hour or two in, then you can just stop and sit on your bed and just sit down with your eyes closed and meditate for 20 minutes. And once you're back, you go back into the deep work again. You're completely refreshed. Two of the biggest positives that comes with meditating is increased self-awareness and a huge increase in patience. Everybody nowadays is so distracted by everything around them. Literally everything. It could be obviously your phone, computer, friends, family, whatever. All of these things, they're so distracting to everybody nowadays that there's no real work to be done. And even though if there is, they can't do it because they always want to do something else. Their attention span is just like that. That's their attention span. They go on to one thing, 10 seconds later, oh, I want to do another thing. Meditation, it once you start doing it, you'll start to notice that you can start doing things for longer periods of time. Have you ever noticed that in recent years, ever since COVID, especially since COVID, that your attention span has gone drastically down? It just plummeted, right? Before you might have been able to watch a movie that was like 3 hours long, and now you can just your mind can only keep up with like 20-minute shows because that's all it's used to. Since nothing was like made over COVID, all these long movies, the only things that were being made were TV shows that were like 20 minutes long. And so we were just used to that. Oh, 20-minute episode after 20-minute episode, 20-minute episode. That's it. That's how long the normal attention span is. These just short blips. And obviously it's not a surprise, but TikTok and Instagram don't help. We live in a world where social media, like TikTok and Instagram, are so easily accessible and so easily they easily manipulate us that we don't even realize it. We don't realize how much it's draining our life away. Something that you should do, something that I highly recommend you doing, is delete social media. Even if you have friends on it, maybe that's your main source of communication with them. Maybe you text them on it or whatever. Then just switch over to another app like Messenger, Instant Messenger. That's it. Every time you log on to social media to text someone, like on a group chat, you're always gonna have a temptation to just start scrolling. And I bet you that more than 50% of the time, 75% of the time, you're not you're not gonna be able to fight it off. You're unconsciously gonna do it. Ever since I've been meditating, I've been more observant of how I act. And whenever I go on social media, I text someone immediately after, I know what I'm gonna do. Start scrolling, scrolling, scrolling. It's I thank myself that I never really downloaded TikTok because I know that if I did, it would have been even more addicting than Instagram. It would have killed me. So if you start meditating, then you'll realize how much everything around us has brought our attention span down. You're gonna realize that once you start meditating, your attention span is gonna go up, and you're gonna want to start to delete all of these instant gratification activities, especially like social media.